Hi all, and thanks for watching. In this video, I'm just going to do a bit of gameplay with the Witcher Enhanced Edition using my Reshade in SweetFX setup. Now what this does is it adds SMAA, FXAA, HDR, VIBRANCE, CURVES, LUMASHARPEN, and LIFTGAMMAGAIN in order to bring out the game's natural colors and vibrance and give you a better light and dark separation, and also give you a much sharper looking picture. And if this is the first time running the game since installing the Reshade in SweetFX, with the Reshade update you want to set up that Reshade panel, and you just push Shift F2 in order to open that. Click the continue and the plus here and just give it a name, WEE, and hit enter. And you'll see that the Reshade and SweetFX are listed, so just click continue and finish, then push the Shift F2 in order to close that. So I'll actually turn off the effects here just before I start some gameplay to show you how it looks. Now as you can see, here's the normal vanilla game, and the actual colors look somewhat flat, and you're not really getting a really sharp look to the actual vanilla textures. And I'll turn that back on, and now as you can see, those natural colors in the game and the base definition is showing a lot more sharply in the game here, and you can make out a lot more detail in the surrounding area and such. Now I'll just actually start a game here and do a bit of gameplay so that you can actually see how this looks when you're actually using it in game here. Now this doesn't change the actual textures, but rather enhances the vanilla game. So if you do add any texture mods or add-ons, this will help to also enhance the look of them in the game. Now here we are, the area around me. I'll just stop here. If you notice, we're getting a really nice shadow, and the character himself, we're getting a really nice kind of look to the character, and you can really make out his definition. The cauldron right here, we're seeing a lot of the actual vanilla textures coming through, and we're making out all that nice definition. The green moss on the ground around us is coming out in a more natural green, including on the wall here. The actual pictures in the corners, we're getting a really nice vibrant color to them, and they also look really sharp. And I'll just turn off the effects here, and as you can see now, everything's become somewhat pale looking, and a lot of that texturing and detail that we could see just a moment ago is kind of lost, and we can no longer make out the actual definition there on the cauldron, and the light and shadow isn't quite as nice looking. The green moss that you see on the walls and the ground now is a bit of an offset color, and I'll just turn that back on, and now you can really get a good look at that light separation, and the definition in the vanilla graphics is coming through really nicely. Now I'll just go over here, and I'll actually just do a bit of gameplay. We'll do a bit of fighting here, and as you can see, you shouldn't have any performance issues. And if you do find that the light levels are a little darker than what you normally would have, then just adjust it to whatever you feel comfortable with. I have it actually just bumped up a bit higher because I normally like my games to be a bit brighter, but whatever you're comfortable with, it should work fine. And as you can see, the characters here, we're getting some nice coloration and light and dark, and the actual detailing on the characters is coming out quite nicely. Their skin tones look quite natural, and I'll just continue on down here. yeah, there's a few people down here. We'll just take care of them. Okay, let me just pause it here. Now I'll actually just turn off the effects for a moment here. And as you can see, the area around us, we kind of lose a lot of that detailing in the brickwork. The ground, the lighting and shading isn't really coming through as nicely. The actual characters, their clothing looks somewhat flat and not as detailed. And the weapon here, the moss, which I was talking about, doesn't look a really natural green. And there we are with the Reshade and SweetFX, and as you can see, it really brings out the game here. Now I just have to switch my fighting style in order to just take care of this one fellow here, and then we'll try and get past. Okay, switch my fighting style again. Okay. Now even the rings around their feet, their life bars, you notice that that's coming in really nice and sharp, and the color is a nice red. And we'll just continue on here, and we should get some cinematics in a moment here. Am I still in fight mode here? No, it seems I'm okay. For some reason that's not coming up. Oh yeah, I have the red along the side there, so there is actually another person here. So I'll actually just switch my fighting style in order to take care of this opponent. And if you notice, the actual character detailing, their clothing looks really nice, and the color is really vibrant. The area around us looks really sharp. And I'll just try and finish up here. Okay. So that takes care of them. Now we'll just head into the next area here. And now we're into a cinematic. So if you notice the actual skin tones on the characters, the blood colors, the definition is all coming through really nice. And we're getting a nice light separation. This is the vanilla graphics, and we've kind of lost some of that. And I'll turn that back on. And as you can see, everything's coming out nice and clear. The effects are all showing through. The colorations are coming through more vibrant and not quite as pale as before. Now, here's the vanilla, and here's with the Reshade and SweetFX. And as you can see, it really helps to bring out that color and detailing in the actual characters here. So there I'm switching it on and off a few times so you can get a good look. And here's vanilla, and here's with the Reshade and SweetFX. Now you'll notice that each character does look a lot more natural. The actual shading and detailing, the lighting on the characters is all coming out really nice and sharp. So it really helps to enhance the overall vanilla game or modded game if you have any mods added, and helps to really bring out those base colors and textures. And I'm just going to finish up here with the cinematics, and I'll just let you have another look here at the area around us. I'll just pause the game here because we can see all the characters and the effects and such around us. And I'll just turn off those effects one more time. And as you can see, we have lost a bit of that vibrance, and everything kind of has a flat grayish tone almost to it. And the characters themselves aren't quite as detailed or as nice looking. And I'll just turn that back on, and now you can really make out those colors and that definition there, helping to make the game look a lot more natural. Now I'm just going to finish up the video here, but if there are any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching, take care, and I'll talk to you again.